Hi, and welcome to Cyber Protection Magazine for another video bite. And today I have with me Zac Warren from Tanium speaking about endpoint protection. Now, Zac, when I think of endpoint protection, I still have antivirus in my mind. But I also understand that this is probably a sort of aged term we're using. So endpoint protection probably has come a long way from only scanning for malicious software. So what does modern endpoint protection entail these days? How can it protect from cyber attack? And also, how does it fit into a security strategy for a company?
Yeah, this is actually a great question. Something that I hear quite a bit from different organizations. They tell me what they have in place today. Antivirus is something that everybody has in place. That's a technology we've been utilizing for years and years. A lot of things that people are excited about these days are more around the idea of EDR, or endpoint detection and response. And also EPP, endpoint prevention, so preventing different types of attacks. And so really the question is when is soon enough? When is early enough? So there are organizations out there in the security space that have started developing tools that are helping us see these attacks, even zero-day attacks, so that meaning that we don't know what these attacks are. We've never seen them before in the wild. And so we're now being able to, through machine learning and artificial intelligence, start to see malicious signals, if you will, from these different attacks before they even execute. So there are technologies out there today that have taken antivirus and EPP and EDR a step further, because we no longer have to wait for a malicious attack to actually execute on a machine. We can see, because of the different, there's just different kind of signals and signatures, and you can call them IOCs if you want, indicators of compromise, that are letting us know that it could be a malicious file, and we're able to then act on it. So that's where kind of things are moving forward as far as endpoint protection is concerned when it comes from the zero-day type of attacks. But the truth of the matter is it's not zero-day attacks that are causing most organizations problem with their endpoint technologies. And so what we as Tanium are really working hard for is to first help our customers discover all of the assets in their environment. That means all endpoints, whether those are servers or workstations or whatever they are. And then to get the latest and greatest software on those to close any gaps, so patch everything so you can close any known vulnerabilities. And then really start working closely with these other type of endpoint protection devices or technologies to then use that data when it comes to zero-day attacks. So it's all about cleaning up what you have today and preventing known attacks, and then adding newer technologies that are now looking at zero-day attacks and being able to see them before they execute. So those two things are really where I spend the most time focused with my customers when it comes to endpoint protection. Because like I said, most organizations, if you ask them how many endpoints they have, they'll underestimate by about 20%, if not more, right? So I've had executives tell me, I have about 100 to 150,000 endpoints. Well, that's a big gap, right? 50,000 endpoints is a big gap. And so that's where Tanium is really focused. So we don't really care what EDR or AV you're utilizing today. We will go out and find all of the devices in your environment and make sure that each of those devices has the EDR or antivirus of your choosing on those devices, right? So we partner very, very well with other OEMs, other manufacturers of endpoint security suites, right? So we're all about making sure that we see everything. Visibility is number one for us.